So what should you do if you have a miscarriage, if you're currently having a miscarriage? Nobody wants to think about this. Everybody's really hopeful and things like, well, I don't need to know what to do because I'm going to stay pregnant. But the reality is that about 1 in 4 pregnancies will end in miscarriage. But the reality is knowing what to do and having some basic foundational knowledge about it can take some of the fear away from it, even though it's devastating when you have one. There's a few important things. So you can always be in contact with your doctor if you think you're having a miscarriage. Let them know and see if they want you to come in or not. Second, there can be a lot of bleeding with a lot of cramping or clotting. If you see pieces, it may be useful, depending on how far along you are, to save those. If you have pain, you can use Tylenol, but try to avoid using Advil or Aleve. No matter what you're currently using for your period, you should use pads when you're having a miscarriage. Not only will it let you to kind of collect the clots for your doctor to examine or biopsy potentially, but also it's the safest way to prevent infection, which during a miscarriage, your cervix is open. You really want to be careful about that. You also want to avoid intercourse for about 6 weeks after a miscarriage because, again, the cervix has been open and you want to make sure that everything is healed up before you introduce a penis that could potentially introduce an infection. And then how long should you wait before you try again? The jury is out. There's a lot of different information out there. I always recommend waiting 2 months. It allows that 6-week period to clear up and also gives you a little bit of time just to heal emotionally. One of the things I think is true is that we just don't allow couples to have a ritual or a way to grieve the loss of their child, even if that child is only 5 days old in utero or 15 weeks or 20 weeks or 30 weeks or whatever. So make sure that you allow yourself to heal. I can't tell you how many women will tell me, yeah, I had 2 miscarriages and my period just never came back. Do you have any ideas about that? And I do. I think it's from unchecked grief that didn't get resolved as a result of that previous miscarriage or miscarriages. So if you're having a miscarriage, if you've had miscarriages, if you're worried about it, I'm sending you my heart. If you have questions, just leave them in the comments. I'm happy to help.